I'm done with people saying crackers suck. Crackers are great. You just gotta put cheese or something, or like bologna. Crackers aren't great alone. I will give you that. But if you put something on it and it's the right something, we're gonna make them right now. Today on Save Your Cheese Pie, we're going to be making white salty crackers. So get your baking powder, your butter, make sure it's softened. Yeah, it's soft. Actually, it's not soft, I just crushed it. Some active dry yeast, some softened butter, some sea salt crystals, a measuring cup of flour, and now you're going to take that yeast and you're going to put it in the cup with some warm water that's about 110 degrees. And that's the other flour that you need that was totally in the beginning. And you're going to get a cup of that, and then a cup of regular all-purpose flour, and a tablespoon of salt. Maybe it's a teaspoon. I don't know. It's whatever size that spoon is. And then you're going to take the same amount of baking powder as the salt, plus a little bit more apparently, and about the same amount of sugar, but put half of it in your yeast, half of it in your yeast, and half of it in your flour. Why? Because I forgot to put the sugar in the yeast, and I needed some of the yeast. So, yeah, that's how it's gonna go in this recipe. And if you're gonna ask so many questions, you can go sit in the freaking corner, okay? And now, we're gonna need some dairy for this, like, more than just the butter. We want eggs, and we want milk. Now look at that measuring cup. That's how much. I couldn't see it, but you better be able to. So I'm going to whisk my eggs in with my wet ingredients, and then I'm going to slowly add it to my flour to make a shaggy dough. And once it gets nice and shaggy, I'm going to put another egg in it. Yep, I expected that. Totally. Basically like a noodle dough. We're making like a noodle dough with more milk in it. Because, you know, there's milk in noodle dough. Are eggs still dairy? Is that still a thing? Like, did we fix that yet? Why were eggs ever included in the milk family? Like, you got cheese, you got milk. Eggs are literally the only thing that doesn't come out of a cow, right? Like, is there other things in dairy that I'm unaware of that does not come out of a cow? And by the way, why is meat, like steak, not dairy? I could understand steak being dairy over an egg being dairy. I don't know. That's just how I feel, though. Oh yeah, here's where you put butter in it. More butter. Like, wait, did I put butter in it? I don't know, just put more butter in it. Like, if you put butter in it already, because I told you to, don't worry about it. Just put more butter on it. And you see how it's getting all, like, slimy and gross from the butter? It's not actually slimy and gross. It's more like buttery. You just work it. Just work it good. Work it until all the butter is out. Like, see how it just went away. It's incorporated. We're incorporating the butter. That's what we're doing. We're making it soft and smooth. And you got a butter ball thing. Once it gets smushy and has a little bit of spring, you can let it rise. You know, no, it's not okay. You know, like, eggs should not be dairy. Is fish dairy? Like, I kind of remember seeing a picture of fish next to milk when I was a kid. Wait, is fish dairy? Man, that really breaks my brain because that's kind of meat. And you're gonna make fish dairy before you make steak dairy? What about ribs? Like beef ribs? They should definitely be dairy. They're close. They're close to where the milk comes out. Oh yeah. So anyway, you gotta smush your dough really, really flat. And I found that this is much easier to do in between two pieces of parchment paper. And you just kind of like smush it all over. Get it as thin as possible without a break. Oh, look at what I did. I broke it. I made it too thin. should look like a... Wait, this is butter. Smush your butter until you got like a square of butter. Oh yeah, that's right. We're laminating these crackers. So you're gonna have to... I still can't get over them. Like, fish better not be dairy. Like, and if fish is dairy, is it just like weird fish, like anchovies? I very specifically remember fish being next to milk. So yeah, once you get your butter flat enough, put it in the fridge for about an hour, and then once that happens, you're gonna take your dough out. This is where you're gonna roll your dough. You're gonna roll your dough out really, really freaking flat. Don't do it between two pieces of parchment paper, because that would be stupid. It would get stuck. Like, I know that. Like, everybody knows that you only do that with like phyllo dough or something, you know? Maybe. I'm not really sure. I never made phyllo dough. Anyway. Do you think like... Wait. So like goat's milk is dairy though. So if goat's milk is dairy and sheep's milk is dairy, then feta cheese is dairy. Wait, so then... Does that mean like lamb should also be dairy? I am very confused about how dairy works in our modern day society. I think somebody should tell me in the comments right now, please. Because I am about to have an existential Mandela effect crisis. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the things that I said existed when I was younger, or I was just really not paying attention in home ec class. It was eggs, milk, and fish. Eggs, milk, fish. Eggs, milk, fish. Like, other people remember that, right? Like, I was young. I don't know how young, but it was on the food pyramid or something. Because I remember I hated anchovies. I didn't know why, because I had never had an anchovy. I just didn't like them because they were tiny fish that you ate whole, and that didn't sit right with me for some reason. Freaking eyeballs, okay? So I hope you get the gist of what we're doing here. We're basically just putting butter in between dough and rolling it out, folding it, and rolling it out and folding it, and putting it in the fridge after like every couple rolls. And once you got it really, really thin with a lot of butter, really thinly in between, we're gonna roll it out one last time, and then we're gonna cut it up into crackers. Duh. We're making crackers. What'd you think was next? They were just about there on your thinness. Now remember to measure it out with a piece of parchment paper, because that's how big your pan is. And also measure your parchment paper out with your pan, so it is how big your pan is. And you're just going to do a little roll fold, and then I'm going to cut them up by scoring them. And now here comes the fun part. Yeah, just poke it. Keep poking it. Poke it so good until you get a fork, and then you're just going to poke it some more because you're like, oh yeah, why did I put one hole when I could put like 10 holes like, at the same time? Poke it. Just keep poking. And if you're really good, you can do the advanced poking method, which I'm about to show you in a second. Get ready. I'm about to show you. Oh, I also put sesame seeds on this side. Wow. Or everything spices. Whatever spices. Doesn't matter. Freaking spice, okay? Set it up. And we're going to get the fork back. And now twirl the fork. Twirl the fork. Twirl it really good. You get a random pattern there. It doesn't look so dumb. It looks more random. You don't want it to be like a fork pattern. Who the hell wants a fork pattern on their That's stupid. That's what you get to have at random. And you can just make the rest into little tiny weird cannolis that will kind of be like noodle cannolis.
See the layers.
And there you go. There's your risen crackers. They rise quite a bit. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of little layers in there. There's a bunch of them. It's like a weird biscuit. And then you just gotta cook them long enough to dry them out. So I recommend something like put them at like 375 for the first like minute, and then dropping them down to, I don't know, 325 for like as long as it takes for them to lose all the water inside of them. Or you can just take them out after 2 minutes and dehydrate them the rest of the way. It's up to you. They make these really beautiful crackers. If you like what I'm doing, like, subscribe, and share.